friends, how are you doing today? My name is Mary, this is Happily Ever Esch, and today I have a book outlet haul for you all. My birthday is this month, and so I treated myself to a few books because isn't that what you do when you love books? Mostly middle grade. They had a great middle grade selection. Also, it was like the 15% off sale that never ends, potentially still going on. So check book outlet. You might get even cheaper books than normal. So we're on my second coffee for the day. I got my free Starbucks for my birthday. I don't typically go to Starbucks, but I do when the coffee's free. So sorry if we're like all hyped up on too much coffee. All right, let's jump into the box. It's not crazy, so I had some self-control. All right, let's get started with the middle grade. The first one is not one I've heard anyone talk about, but I absolutely was so intrigued when I saw it, and that is Paper Wishes. It says, the little under thing says, after Pearl Harbor, everything changes for her family. I believe this is following a young girl who was put into an internment camp in the United States after Pearl Harbor and her experiences. And I absolutely want to read more from this perspective. While I know that is a very tragic and horrible part of our US history, I haven't read a lot of novels or even nonfiction about it for that matter. So I thought that this would be a great place to start. A lovely cover and quite a short little read to get through. So hoping I absolutely adore this one. Another one that I have heard nothing but great things and also has all the awards is One Crazy Summer by Rita Williams Garcia. What a fabulous cover, and look at all those prizes. Again, one that I think could be a little heartbreaking. This is set in 1968 over one summer, and I believe these three girls are going to look for their mother who abandoned them following their story. I'm very, very excited to read this one. And again, super short. So hopefully we'll knock some of those off our list quickly. One that I haven't been able to get the sticker off yet is The Thing About Jellyfish by Ali Benjamin. Another gorgeous cover with this funny little like flap, but it's fine. Another one that has a nice little, award sticker on it that I'm totally fine with this. It's the sticker that I can't get off. This deals with grief, also kind of the trauma and fear from tragedy that this young girl's experiencing, and it has to do with water. I don't know much more about that, but I kind of don't want to. Sometimes you can know too much, and this one book is not the case. I don't know too much. I think I know just enough to be very intriguing, and I'm very excited to see how this book deals with grief for a middle grade audience. This one I've heard so much praise for by people I very much trust, and that's The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise. This is the fabulous cover. I always thought that this was YA, but I think it maybe is older middle grade. Catherine Applegate blurbed the back. She said, sometimes a story comes along that just plain makes you want to hug the world. Your heart needs this joyful miracle of a book. So thanks, Catherine Applegate. I absolutely want to take your recommendation. Again, another book that deals with grief. I also think deals with friendship, finding yourself, all the things. But also this girl has like lived with her dad in a school bus, which I find an absolutely intriguing premise. So, and again, just this stinking cover is so good. Oh, you kind of, there, we'll get those out of the way. One that Krista over at Books and Jams has absolutely raved about, and I was so excited to find on Book Outlet, is Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly. Again, Catherine Applegate, an absolute triumph. I love Catherine Applegate, so that's wonderful. I believe this is about a girl who is deaf, and I think it's about her experience, but also her connection with this whale who is singing his song but is not connecting with the other whales around him. So we're kind of looking at difference, what makes each one of us different, and unique, but also what connects us. It just sounds beautiful. I also took sign language and was somewhat fluent in sign language in college, and I'm very interested in that form of communication, so I'm interested to see if that takes a role in this book at all. But I mean, my goodness, this book is gorgeous, and Krista like raved about it, and so I've had my eye on it ever since. Again, a beautiful cover, because middle grade kills it with the covers, and that's some kind of happiness. It's just so lovely. This is about a little girl. Yes, Finley, who goes to visit her grandparents, who I think kind of live more isolated in the woods. Her parents are having difficulties within their marriage, and so Finley goes to be with her grandparents, and I think it's about her finding solace in the woods, and that just sounds stinking beautiful, and this book is stinking beautiful. So I have so many good ones, and I don't think I'm going to be able to wait till middle grade March. I hope I get them all read before then. Alright, two that I bought from my favorite local used bookstore, but they also sell physical books, Yellow Dog Bookstore. I'll put their Instagram and their website down below, because they are shipping and like putting their used books on their website, which they didn't typically do to my knowledge before, but since they've had to close their doors, they're getting a little more creative with the way they're selling their books. But they do sell physical books, and two that my husband and I both agreed that we want to read, which is very rare for us. We have very different taste in books, but this we agreed on, and it's another middle grade series, so quite excited that he also wanted to read it. And this is actually reprinting. These books have been published for a while, but they've been reprinted with new covers, and it is a saga by Andrew Peterson, the Wing Feather Saga, with these, oh my gosh, look at this gorgeous naked hardcover. So this is book 1, On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness. So stinking beautiful. And then book 2, North or Be Eaten, in the Wing Feather Saga. So they just came out with these gorgeous new illustrated covers, and my husband follows Andrew Peterson, who is a musician. I think he predominantly does Christian music, but it's a great musician that we follow. So we have these novels, and we're very excited to do a little family buddy read. All right, a book for Judah. I saw this over at April at Getting Hugga with his channel. She bought it for her sweet babe, and I needed it once I saw it, and that is Never Feed a Queen a Jelly Bean. And there's these like teeth, and I think it's hilarious. Also, Judah screams bloody murder every time we have to brush his teeth. Like, he hates it. He's fine the second that he gets like control of the toothbrush and can like mum on it, but like he doesn't actually do a good job brushing his own teeth. So I thought this might be an interesting way to like brush their teeth, and maybe he will stop screaming like we're killing him every time he brushes his teeth. But also he loves any sort of like interactive book, and this one is just so funny. I love it. There's this little guy, and then this, I really like the corgi. I mean, it's just fabulous, and I think he'll absolutely adore this. So I'm so excited to read this to him tonight. I think he'll love it. So thanks, April, for that baby book recommendation. All right, and then 2 adult books. The first one is by William Kent Kruger. He was put on my radar because Katie over at Life Between Words raved about his newest released book, and he sounded like an author that I could totally get on with, very much in like the Kent Harif kind of vein, maybe even like a Marilyn Robinson, and that is Ordinary Grace. This book sounds wonderful. It's about an older man looking back on his childhood and kind of the year that like his perception of the world totally changed because he was so confronted with death. It sounds beautiful and quiet and slow, and just like it's going to be one of my favorite books. So I'm so excited that Book Outlet had some of his work. I've been like scouring before they were all closed, used bookstores, thrift stores, trying to find some of his work, and I never could. So I was like, maybe it's a good sign people don't get rid of it because they love it so much. All right, and then last but certainly not least is a newer release, which is so fun, which is honestly why I love Book Outlet, because like I said, I do so much thrift store, used bookstore shopping. I sometimes miss out on like the new release buzz, and so I got Ask Again Yes by Beth Keene, one that gets so much praise. It was on Anne Bogle's Modern Mrs. Darcy summer reading list in 2019. So I'm very much hoping to love it. It seems to be the kind of literary fiction that I enjoy, which deals with some harder themes, but also has a very redemptive and hopeful strain, even if it's just a little bit, but a strain in there. And I absolutely need that in my literary fiction. This is dealing with two families. I believe both of the family members have police officers, and about their job and like forgiveness and like their dealings with one another. That probably didn't sell it on you, but look at the cover. I hope that does. It's gorgeous. But yes, I'm very excited about this one. It's lovely. It's lovely, and I hope to love it. So that's it, guys. That's my little birthday book haul. I would love to know if you've got any new books recently or lately. I've been missing, but also it's probably good that I've had to slow down my thrift store book buying, but then I just buy books online. So great, friends, I hope that you're having a lovely day. I hope that the sun is shining where you are at. Last week was kind of chilly. Don't want to complain because it's still nicer weather than a lot of people in the world are having, but this week is going to be super sunny and lovely walking weather again, and I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. So I hope you're doing well, friends. I hope that you stick around, subscribe. I always forget to say that, but I would like to have you here on my little bookish corner of the internet. Like the video if you liked it, and I'm trying to be way more active on Bookstagram. So if you're into that, I post pictures at Happily Ever Esch, same handle. It's linked down below if you're interested in checking me out there. I'd love to chat with you and yeah, share bookish photos. I'd also love to know if you're on Bookstagram. Let's connect. All right, friends, that's it for real this time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.